Today we're working on the mirrors on this old Dodge truck. I never really did like these mirrors that they put on there. They take up a lot of real estate. Sometimes your bolts will strip out here, and we're just gonna upgrade them to the newer version. So this is the newer style version of the mirror that we want to install on that door, and this come off of like a 1992 Dodge half-ton. We're going to be putting it on like a 1976. So this is the donor door that we got from the wrecker there off of that 92 half-ton. And the first thing we do is we dismantle the door, and we get our pieces out of there. This one, the mirror was busted on it, as you can see. This is all busted, but there's a bracket that goes in behind there that you got to remove, and this is what the bracket looks like. Remove that bracket out of the door, and then the next thing that we want to do is I made this template here. So all it is a piece of cardboard, and I matched it up to the front of the door here, and I lined it up to this top body line there, and then I would tape it down so I could transfer my holes that are required for the bracket over here. And then there were two rivets in here that you'd take those off, and I transferred those holes on there as well. So that's our template, and we're going to take that over to the other door to for the placement of where we need to put the mirror and to drill those holes. So here we are with that template that we made, and we're going to tape that on there so it lines up at the front of the door like it did with the last one, and then it lines up with that body line right here, and then this is where we mark to drill our holes. I still haven't done these two yet. Don't know if I'm going to, but I also have those available too if I'm going to use those. So then once we've drilled our holes, now our bracket can fit in behind there. Now what I was trying to achieve here is I was moving the placement of this mirror. Before I got that donor door, I was just trying to find where I wanted to put the mirror. So I tried a couple different locations. I wanted it to be under this tri-window here, but then again, I don't know if that's going to interfere with opening and closing of the tri-window. So just to make things simple and easy, I just transferred it the same location from the 1992 Dodge half-ton. So something to note here is the difference in the doors. This 92 has the body line in here, and the old 70s style doesn't. But this portion of the door in here, that body line should be the same on both doors. So that was like the location of my cover here. So basically it should fit in there properly on the door, but there is a difference here because of this body line. There's a difference from here to here on the doors. So when we place this cover on the old door and we're looking in here, it doesn't match exactly on the door here. So what I was doing was I was shaving this portion here to kind of close up the gap at the bottom, and this gap up at the top here, or at least try to make it consistent. So that was what my problem was when I was trying to locate either the mirror down here or underneath the tri-window, is because that portion, it does not match up at all. So that's why we want to transfer the same location from the other door to here, so it's closest to fit proper. This is the factory bracket that goes in behind the door to hold the mirror on there. This one's in good shape. Just to show you, this is the unmolested one here from another truck. The one that I got out of that donor truck was all kind of beat up, mashed up and stuff, so I made some modifications to this one here. So first thing is that I want all my bolts to match, and I'm going with 1/4 inch bolts on here. And so the 1/4 inch didn't fit on. I don't know if that was a metric thread or what. So basically I chiseled these fasteners out of there, and then you can see how that took quite a chunk of material out when I did that. So what I had to do was I had to get a washer to replace that amount of material there, and I used that washer basically to locate the hole where the hole was supposed to be, and then I tacked that washer in, and then I would have done some more welding on this side to smooth it out and make that hole true on those 3 spots. And here is where those rivets are, here and here. So if I'm going to use those, what I did was I drilled those out on this one here, and I tacked a 1/4 inch nut on the back side for those 2 spots. And those rivets were basically holding this to the door. And it shouldn't be a problem, because when you put the cap over top, it's going to cover those, so there's no reason why they can't be bolts. So basically what I did was, once I located those holes with the washers, then I used the 1/4 inch bolt and I tacked nuts on there again. And then what I did was I went and I got a long enough nut so that I'd have the same amount of threads coming out, so the bolt threads into the nut, which is welded onto the bracket, and now your bolt is fastened in there. You snug that tight, it'll be good, and then your bolt and your bracket on the other side here. But if you had to, anytime in the future, you could replace those bolts. Here it is with that mirror and bracket installed there. And so I got some fasteners here with some washers. And then also too, what I did was these, I don't know what size those were. I want to keep everything consistent, so I drilled them out and tapped them to 1/4 inch as well. So everything is going to be 7/16 to assemble and remove everything. So what you'll do is you'll unhook this and you'll stick it through the hole. Hold that up there like that while you're fastening these 2 fasteners down, and then you can slide that back down. You've got your rubber gasket here to work in there, and there is 2 clips, one here, the other one is busted, and those 2 clips will clip onto here and there. And then once you've got those 2 clips fastened onto there, then you get to the bottom, and then there'll be your screw fastener here to hold it in the bottom. So that'll be our new mirror installation on an old truck.